Welcome back to Cask 529, everyone. I'm Brian.
And I'm Shauna.
And we're back with day 3 of the Whiskey Advent Calendar.
529, Whiskey Christmas Advent, counting down to Christmas, one whiskey at a time. Have yourself a merry little whiskey and a very merry Christmas.
All right, Shauna, here we are, day 3.
Yes. Happy December 3rd, everybody. We are going to dive into sample number 3 in our Advent box.
I feel like the month is flying by.
Christmas always flies by. Brian and I do a lot of projects in the wood shop and the business and stuff like that. This year we have committed to slowing down so we can enjoy the season a little bit more.
We have.
We're still very busy out there, but not nearly as busy as what we've been in the past. And so we are definitely taking time out, but the month is still flying by.
I have found that by slowing down, it leaves more time for Shauna's projects.
It does.
So, Shauna is slowing down in the shop.
But I'm keeping Brian busy. I'm keeping Santa Claus busy.
That she is.
Cheers. This is a nice
Cheers.
dark color.
It is. It is
Nice
a nice dark color. It's got some legs on it. What are you getting? I'm not getting a lot at all. Sweet or spice. A little hint of sweet.
You know, maybe after we take a sip, the scent will open up. But I'm with you. I'm not. Oh, wait a minute. I got a little bit of a fruity note that time. It's not opening up really at the moment. Maybe after we have a sip, it will.
I'm going in.
Yep. Finish is nice and sweet. I will tell you, has a nice little tobacco note on the beginning. Go ahead. I can see.
No, go ahead.
Nice fruity note, a lot of caramel, a lot of caramel and vanilla, and it finishes with a nice sweet fruity note.
So right up front, to me, I gotta try this again, because y'all gonna laugh. I just know it.
I'm anxious to hear.
It's like cinnamon-covered applesauce.
So apple cinnamon.
That's like right on Mike's outer ring of the wheel. Really.
Well, that makes sense because I do get that spice and that nice fruity note, which could very well be the apple note that you're getting.
Yeah. You said you had a hint of a scent of apple at the beginning before we tasted
fruit note,
it.
Yes, but
fruit note.
But I also get a little bit of a tobacco note on the beginning.
Right. I didn't get that on the palate. The apple, though, I can't not get it.
I'm definitely picking up your apple cinnamon note. It's not like a Ambrano finish where it's like a baked apple pie.
No, it's different than that.
It's a sweet, fruity apple.
Like a fresh apple, not a baked apple, but
Right.
a fresh apple.
With just the hint. I'm getting probably cinnamon and clove and different baking spices, where Brian's just getting the cinnamon. I'm getting various spices. But definitely that little bit of a tobacco note. A little bit of char on the end as well. I would definitely say this is a lower proof. I'm going to say low 90s. However, it's very, very good.
I'm going to say mid-90s is where I'm going to say. It's really good, yeah.
You know, I'm going to probably score this the same as I scored yesterday's Wilderness Trail, right there at 75. Wilderness Trails had a nice cherry note on the finish for me that I really enjoyed. However, this one is just as delightful, just as good. It's not super complex. However, you get plenty of flavors. It doesn't have the heat that I normally like. However, I definitely say this is a lower proof, but it's packing all kinds of flavors, so it's really nice.
So I'm actually going to drop from yesterday's 77 to 76. The fruit flavor is great. I like that. However, I think in my bourbon, I don't want it quite. I like sweet. I like sweet in my bourbon, but I don't want it that sweet. Mm-hmm. It's almost too sweet.
It is really sweet. And I like more of an oaky note.
Yeah.
However, this is still really good. I'm not taking away from that.
There's really zero hug to it whatsoever.
No.
I get a little bit of a tinge in my throat where the hug would be.
Yep.
But it's just not quite there.
Yeah.
It wants to be.
Definitely.
It wants to be a big bourbon. A big whiskey. It's just not.
I can tell you if this was probably proofed a little bit higher, that it would be outstanding.
I think so too, because it would take a little bit of the sweetness out of it. Mm-hmm. It would give you a little bit more hug.
Yep.
And I think that's what it would take.
Yeah.
But
I don't want to take away from it because it is still a good
yeah,
pour.
it's a good pour.
Not disappointed at all. So far, the Advent box has been treating us well. So let's pray it keeps on doing that.
Hopefully, everybody that is participating with us is enjoying.
Yep. We have for December 3rd, sorry, get it out of the envelope here. Cooper's Craft Barrel Reserve, Kentucky Straight Bourbon, and it is 100 proof. So it is the same proof point of yesterday. It just must, that sweetness must knock out any of the...
whatever they've done, whatever they've
It
got in
tricked
there.
us on that proof point with that sweetness, I think. Very nice, though. I mean, for me, it scored a 75, which everybody knows is a good score for me.
And you say Cooper's Craft?
Cooper's Craft Barrel Reserve Kentucky Straight Bourbon, 100 proof.
Perfect.
Very nice.
And it is a good pour. And if you like a really sweet pour, that's definitely a winner for you.
Yeah. So this is not a bottle Brian and I have had before. We have tasted this one from someone else's, but it's not a bottle that we've had on our shelves to have.
To be fair, we tasted it at one of our
whiskey
nights here. Somebody had brought it for us to try. And on those nights, we taste everything that people bring for us to try at the end of the night. Mm-hmm. So we've already had 4 or 5
different
that were designed for the whiskey night. And then who knows how many. So to say I remember having that, I remember the bottle being here for us to try, but
yep.
I have no recollection of what I got out of it.
So it's fun having it all by itself because it is a very good bottle. So I don't believe that one's priced very high. I believe it's maybe mid to high 30s or low 40s. So it's definitely worth the
It's a great starter bottle then, isn't it? I mean,
yeah, it's definitely worth
it's a great flavor profile for a starter, and price-wise, it's a great starter bottle. Okay, so I think that's all we have.
It is.
If you guys would please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so, and drop us a comment. Let us know if you've had that, what you think of it, and if you're following along with us, where would you score it?
Yep.
So with that, I would like to remind everyone to have yourself a merry little whiskey.
And a very merry Christmas season.
529 Whiskey Christmas Advent, counting down to Christmas, one whiskey at a time. Have yourself a merry